could holler. I'm going to try to talk. I gave my husband the green light to mow, and this boy's going to town. He's getting all the whole yard mowed. So bye-bye my flowers for the bees. But actually, the privet is in bloom. The dewberries are still putting on flowers. I've got flowers starting to come in my garden, so I need them to start concentrating on the garden and not all the wildflowers on the yard. So I'm letting him cut down most of them. I am leaving the bees a little clover patch that's by my garden. I'm leaving that because they're all over those, so I'm leaving them a little bit. But I wanted to talk about today some crazy things I'm seeing this year. I don't know about y'all, but I have like an infestation already of caterpillars in my garden. It's ridiculous. My husband and I spent like 30 minutes out here just weeding the edge of the garden, and we managed to, in I don't know, 20 minutes, I found 20 caterpillars or so. I mean, they're ridiculous. They're all over the place. Today I've picked out a few out of the garden. I'm already getting the little hornworm things, and then on top of that, today, right on the back side of my garden, look what I found. Y'all, that's goldenrod flowering. It's April. They're not supposed to flower until the fall. So I'm not quite sure. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on this year. It's April. This is April, and I've got goldenrod. That goldenrod should not be hitting until September, October. So I don't know what's going on this year. We're already having 90-degree temperatures, and my tomatoes are just now starting to flower. So I'm probably going to have to put on shade cloth quicker than I was thinking I was going to have to this year if I want any kind of tomatoes, because it's getting too hot for them sometimes already. So weird things I'm noticing this year. I think we're in for a heck of a Texas summer, and I think we're going to have quite a bit of pest issues that we're going to have to be dealing with, and mosquitoes. Oh my Lord, mosquitoes. They're ridiculous this year too. More than they have been. Poor Bassam, he goes anywhere, all you see is just a mosquito cloud around his bald head, dealing with mosquitoes. So weird weather pattern, weird bugs, weird flower stuff that I'm seeing this year. A lot of strange things happening. I think we're in for a really intense hot summer this year. We'll see. Right there, proof and example. There's one right as I'm leaving my garden. There is a caterpillar. He ain't moving because I may or may not have stepped on him. But they're all over the place. Have a look at that right there. It's a whole nest of caterpillars. And this is on my elderberries. I usually get these kind of nests on the pecan trees. I have never had them on my elderberry trees. As you can see, they're all over. I've got those nests. Gosh. I've got those nests all over my elderberries. Right there's some more. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. So what I'll probably do is what I usually do, because I get these in the, like I said, I get these in the pecans, and what I usually do is I'll take and remove the limbs that have the nests on, and if the chickens will eat them, I'll give them to them. There's some that the chickens won't eat, and then I'll just dispose of and burn those leaves, because if I don't, then they'll just annihilate whatever they're on. So the elderberries, they'll annihilate all those, or they're the years I have a real big infestation of these on the pecans, I don't get a lot of pecans because they just eat through everything. So as much as I love them and the caterpillars, and as long as they stay off of my food items, we're good. I have 4 acres they can stay on. They just stay out of the little sections I have food, we're good. But when they don't, there you go, Charlene. Charlene will eat them. This is Charlene. She's one of our, she's a blind chicken we got from someone else, and we actually got her to put her in a pot, but I can't do that. We just keep her around, and she just she don't lay any eggs or any of that. She just hangs out on the farm. But she'll eat these caterpillars. Let me clarify a little bit when I say I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with the goldenrod. I don't know why we're having that so early, and I don't know why we're having such an infestation this year of the caterpillars. But as far as the Texas heat, If you're interested in that, if you're interested in really why we are having, seems like we're having more extremes in the winter and more extremes in the summer, you might want to look up the grand solar minimum. If you look at the history of our weather, you can see that we tend to do this every 400 or so years. We go through extremes and then we go back to normal. And from what I understand with the grand solar minimum, and this is one of those. Hopefully, I don't get shut down by YouTube because it tends to be people knocking into a conspiracy theorist kind of idea. However, because it doesn't fit the climate change criteria. So these are our weather patterns. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. If you do your research and you look at the history of our weather patterns, you'll see that we have extremes. But it's supposed to be like this until 2025, until we start going back down to our regular kind of weather patterns. It's still hot. I mean, this is Texas. We're gonna have hot Texas summers, but not these extreme hots of 110 plus for months at a time. And then our freezing cold Februarys where our water was coming through our fans and all this stuff, and we're freezing, and all these kind of things. So if you're interested in that, you do your own research. Grand solar minimum, you look it up, you can make your own decision as far as the weather pattern. But as far as the caterpillars and all that, your guess is as good as mine. I'm interested to know. So if you got any ideas, are you experiencing any extreme weather? Do you see anything weird happening in your garden, or are you dealing with a certain bug or pest? I'm actually already dealing with full-size squash beetles as well, which is ridiculous. I find them and I cut them in half. I try to stay as organic as I can until I'm not anymore, because I want food. So I try to not spray anything as long as I can. I will try to catch them and cut them and do all those things as long as I can until it's starting to be where I don't have any food, and that's an issue. So yeah. So what's your gardening looking like so far? What kind of bug and pests are you dealing with so far? What kind of are you seeing any weird things in your area, or is it just Texas? Let me know. Y'all have a good, blessed week. Videos have been a little sparse lately. I know I've had 2 sick children, and because the pecans are in full-blown pollinating season down here, and I've got one that that's one of her number 1 allergies. So she's been having a heck of a time. And then we've had the electrical company is sending people to cut trees down, and we've had people leveling our house. So it's been complete chaos around here for the last few weeks. I've gotten a little bit of my gardening done. I've got a whole lot of weeds I need to get in and deal with. But yeah, that's life. It's life. So let me know how it's going in your area. Y'all have a blessed week.